Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Rise of the Tomb Raider. So we're like nearly 60% done with the game, and they're introducing the concept of a secondary enemy instead of the Trinity characters and the animals. I guess if you include animals, this is a third enemy that are going to be the undead ones or the deathless ones. They almost certainly are going to use a lot of Greek fire. That's really all we've seen so far, is the Greek fire element to this. And these things here will burn. I think I need to use... No, I don't need to use fire arrows to explode these things. But also I kind of wonder if there's any real stealth mechanics that's going to take place in this section, or if this is just going to be a run and gun section. I imagine we'll just introduce a cutscene really quickly here. There's this item, and if this turns out to be the Atlas, that would be really crazy. But let's go ahead and assume that is the case, and lock and load. I thought the Atlas would be a little bit bigger. Now what I don't want to happen here is for this to turn into some kind of ancient alien technology story like the original Assassin's Creed games were. Now that looks like Trinity people.
Trinity, they're here.
Clear the gate now!
Roger that.
Light her up! Taking possession!
Thermite's through. Set the charge.
Trying not to burn myself.
Go! This hand's here and now!
Contact. Get clear.
Order on me! Kill the girl! I'm on fire! Get the objective!
Well, I don't have like a lift up item on the floor right now. So
Get clear!
make these like fine canisters. It may be pretty obvious I haven't played in a while. And when I went into survival instincts mode, I couldn't tell that I was taking damage.
Trinity, they're here.
Target acquired! Can't wait for other fire teams! Engage at once! And then clear the gate!
Roger that.
Taking casualties!
Thermite's
into
through.
position!
Set the charge.
Let's see.
I'm under fire!
Can't tell if I'm gonna actually hit the person without the indicator.
Contact. Get clear.
Form up on me! Kill the girl! Now hit the objective! Throw the grenade!
I cannot pick up a grenade. I have a pretty much instant kill at this point, so I'm gonna heal myself way more than I've ever done it before. Let's salvage these bodies. And try to collect as much of this as possible before we get into the next section. There's clearly some jars of Greek fire I missed. But I think I've done everything I can. And clearly we'll just go into the next section and then there will be another encounter. This will probably introduce the death flow.
I have zero visibility. Someone dropped all about my team. Other fire teams reported multiple contacts. We're on our own until they break through. No time! Croft out the package! We can't lose her!
A large destructible environment happening. And I guess doing these crafty creations probably is getting me more experience than just shooting people. So I should try to continue down this path and make more crafty things. Not really much of a fight.
Region sweep double time. Smoke grenades out as soon as it's down.
Just wait. Just waiting till this door opens. And that got me stealth kills and all kinds of things. This guy doesn't even know where I am, so another crafty, another stealthy, another everything you would want. Problem, however, right now is the mapping. Like, I don't know if there's a collectible somewhere around here. And it's really hard to tell if there is or not. Like, it seems almost like you could come up here for this area, and looks like there is something over here. But it's just another explosive barrel. So yeah, I'm not really seeing anything. So we'll take this. We'll go ahead and craft this and just hold on to it since it seems to infinitely like burn. And we searched all the bodies and we're probably as good as we're gonna get. Like, I could make one of these items instead, but instead I'm moving this direction, which clearly that's gonna open up into a new area. Of course, Trinity came from this direction, so...
Oh no. Sulfur. This whole place could go up. Got to hurry.
So she leaves the burning element. This feels like I'm gonna get a rebreather.
Here, I fucking got it!
So now we are seeing a bloody arm in the water, and we're pressing B to swim faster, or tapping B to swim
It's over. Hand over the atlas.
Am I supposed to be tapping X? No, but I can hit back to skip this part. And that's where I get the rebreather. So the last thing we need is the broadhead. And this rebreather is just the standard magical video game rebreather thing that lets you breathe underwater indefinitely, which does not really exist in reality. I'm actually surprised nobody's ever designed something that would just run electrolysis through wires. You need practically a nuclear reactor in front of your face to get enough electricity for long term to turn salt water into oxygen and hydrogen. And then you'd have to release the hydrogen and not have it blow up. And there we go. So now we're in a new area, and it's possible that all the collectibles are just in this section. But we're also going to have to deal with the new enemies.
Okay, I think I see my exit. The statue's unstable. Looks like I'll have to use Greek fire.
So that seemed to and here we have
got to take out the remaining supports.
More modern version of a depiction of a prophet or pope or something like that. Not
Got to be more Greek fire vessels I can use. Just got to find them.
Not the older depictions we've seen of a more Middle Eastern Jesus.
Got to find a Greek fire vessel first.
See, the game is already explaining things to me that, like, I'm just looking around. I'm not ready for the game to give me hints.
There's still more to do here. I'll be back this way. Got to be more Greek fire vessels I can use. Got to find them.
Maybe I don't want to go that way. Let's see if we can maybe... No, as far as arrows, we're at a maximum. I suppose the fact that Lara Croft can now pull those down without using the
Got
Ascender
to find a Greek fire vessel first.
does indicate that she's stronger than she used to be. Let's take a moment to see if there's a challenge. No challenges in this region. Alright. So I don't have to worry about that as an element. And what am I doing? I guess what I'm probably doing is this to this. Alright. I don't understand.
Got to be a way to use the crane to move those vessels.
Shootable. Okay. So you
More
can kill
Greek
a
fire
bunch of
vessels.
rats.
So many of them.
That's just a ton of rats running around.
Got to be a way to use the crane to move those vessels.
See, I want to be... How about this? I was going to use a poison, though, not a explosive.
Got to be a way to use the crane to move those vessels.
And I suppose what's triggering all of this is the fact that I am I'm going into...
Got to be a way to use the crane to move those vessels.
The survival instincts mode. But that is really stupid that I'm triggering hints as I'm going into survival instincts mode. Just a little bit more XP while we're working on this.
Got to be a way to use the crane to move those vessels.
Alright, that brings that to this point.
Still more to do here. I'll be back this way.
That's
got to be more
not the
Greek
solution.
fire vessels I can use. Just got to find them.
So maybe I have to open the
Got
water
to be a way
path.
to use the crane to move those vessels. There's still more to do here. I'll be back this way. Got to be more
Let's
Greek
go
fire
this
vessels I can
direction.
use. Just got to find them.
We came this way.
Got to be more Greek fire vessels I can use. Just got to find them.
New base camp found. Greek fire depot. Where was that base camp, by the way?
Got to be more Greek fire vessels I can use. Just got to find them.
Let's take a little bit of a break. She doesn't have anything to say. So we've already done everything here. The thing we were going to go for was stealth landing and silent killer, which requires us to get light foot on this section. And then we can now, with our next thing, get stealth landing and then silent killer. Which then it's probably not a terrible idea to get like Heart of Stone and just the rest of the things here. Rapid crafting, not really needed. Probably should get body trap specialist at some point. We still don't have the grenade launcher. We still don't have dragonfire shells. We still don't have demolition experts. We could increase our napalm arrows and death cloud arrows, and we don't even have cluster bomb arrows, I believe, and we don't have the broadhead coming. So a lot of this, it's just not doable still. And if I was to guess anything, maybe I need to increase the shotgun ability, but I would prefer to increase the assault rifle before I do anything else. I still very much feel like this game should only have an
Got to
assault
be more
rifle.
Greek fire vessels I can use. Just got to find them.
Just craft some more things.
Got to be more Greek fire vessels I can use. Just got to find them.
Ridiculous. Every single time. Well, almost every single time. I guess we're going in this direction. I just hope this doesn't turn out to be a mistake. And there aren't just positions
Got to be more Greek fire vessels
where
I
I
can
can
use.
die.
Just got to find them.
He was alive just a minute ago, and
Oh, fuck! They could be anywhere! We're trapped in here with them!
So I guess I'm supposed to take this. And I killed him. I looted him. So now with the rebreather, the idea of killing enemies is super easy. I really don't even have to get out of the water, and it doesn't seem like they can even see things in the water. Or at the very least, they're so bad at seeing things in the water that it doesn't even catch their attention. Now the camera angles are still a little awkward. So that was another stealthy and another stealth kill, so I don't think there's actually
Got to be
anybody
more
here.
Greek fire vessels I can use. Just got to find them.
But even doing that stealthy thing compared to doing crafty actually gave me less experience.
Got to be more Greek fire vessels I can use. Just got to find them. Sulfur. This must have been where they prepared the raw ingredients for Greek fire.
At least we get a slightly different
Got to be
response.
more Greek fire vessels I can use. Just got to find them.
They want me to get to a higher position. Starting here. And pull this down. So I suppose the question
Got to be more Greek fire vessels I
becomes-
can use. Just got to find them.
how could there be something killing these people if I keep not seeing them? Is there some kind of mechanical trap or trickery going on like the Baba Yaga?
Got to be more Greek fire vessels I can use. Just got to find them.
Alright, a map. Good. That'll help. There's not a lot of collectibles in this area, but every single one being marked is rather beneficial. Let's see, there's two relics of the two relics, and there's a lot of documents I missed, so I probably need to go back this way. I may very well just have to walk all the way back out of this section, because this might be a dead end. Let's see. It could connect to something, it could not. But I also have to be a little careful to not just run past things in such a way that it causes
Got to be more Greek fire vessels I can use. Just got to find them.
Why are none of these things triggering it? Alright, well. That's interesting because there's no way to avoid that, and it brought out my gun.
Got to be more Greek fire vessels I can use. Just got to find them.
Like, and I never used the
standard of the
handgun.
Prophet's army. This would have been mounted above a flag and carried by a standard bearer.
Nothing too special about that. And no XP for doing things like that, so.
Got to be more Greek fire vessels I can use. Just got to find them. Don't think I've cracked this yet. I'll have to come back.
This...
Got to find a Greek fire vessel first.
Seriously, it's right there. And then we'll just wait till this runs to this point, and it will shoot it. Why did that not explode? Oh, because I cannot shoot it because of the rope on it. What if I were to do this?
That should clear the way a bit.
So fire arrows necessary.
Got to get it clear of the fire. Maybe I can anchor it somewhere. If I could use the water somehow.
So this seems like it's a little bit of a timing thing. Now it should just swing away from the fire and then either pull itself free or just stay there and require me to cut it. And if I cut it...
It worked. Just need to cut it free.
However, there is a document over here, so... Let's go get that document first. So unless all these doors burst open with undead ones, seems like I just am waltzing right past them.
The church in the West has sent their messengers, self-proclaimed soldiers of God, the Knights of the Order of Trinity. They have come to silence the Prophet, to quell his blasphemy and eradicate our movement. But it is too late now. We will not be silenced. Violence erupts in the Forum on a daily basis. The Prophet knows that we cannot stand against them, so we must leave Constantinople. We will go to the desert to build anew and continue the Prophet's work.
Which again, this is from 977 AD. At least they're giving us a time now. So nearly 900 years plus after the time of Jesus. This is happening. That starts to explain some things. I suppose a little bit at least. The current objective is just to get the item, the Greek fire barrels, to the right place, and I imagine we're gonna have to time this somewhat well, because I'll cut it and then need to shoot it to blow up this element. That's right there, one of those. I imagine this will eventually either spin in circles or go in a different direction. And then this may just be a transition point to get us back to the central area. And I assume something changes over there so I can get the other piece. Two little puzzles, which is really more than we've done for most of the game. How are we on items? We're probably at maximum except for all the things that really matter. And yep, we're not really changing too much. We're kind of low on oil. We have been making fire things and explosive things. Sort of low on deer antlers for some reason. Must have upgraded something. Totally at 0 for bear hides. Technical parts and coins are low, and we still haven't even started with the chromite alloy. We technically have moved the story forward. There might be another section that I haven't seen that will have me fight some more people before I escape. But I would be a little surprised if we got more than 2% further in the game. We've got so many save files now. If we made it up to 61%, I'd be surprised. Once we hit 66%, storyline-wise, we are 2/3 of the way done with the game. And it feels very awkward to say that. Yeah, we didn't move a single percentage point forward. Interesting. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.